What the fuck is going on, everybody? I am your host, Nick Bockless. This is WTF Winning the Flex. We are about to jump into BBM in a few minutes. I have my boy, Sus Edwards, here with me. What's up, baby man? How you doing? How's Florida living?
I'm doing great, man. It's that time of year. We're ripping. Me, Zero, you, Matt, everybody. We're getting to it. Uh, Maybe Peter Overzet doesn't think we can tout, but we're all we need, man. As long as we got mouths, we can tout. Pause. We can do other stuff too.
You know what? I'm actually happy to be on the side of the observer than the contestants right now. It's I'll say this about the Tao thing. It's really fun to watch, and Twitter's fun to see it. I don't know if you caught the Toxic Tower whole debacle on his After Dark stream.
I saw a little bit of clips here and there. Yeah, I'm not paying for it. Shout out to people who do. Seems like it's entertaining and worth it, but I will have to catch the clips as they roll in, unless I get gifted that membership.
I think he dropped like an 11-minute video edited about
Yeah,
kind of like summed it up, right? I mean, phenomenal. Like what a gaff to get all three of them in and then kick them both out. And then the look on Emo's face when Ricky pops in was just priceless.
that's good
But
TV. That's good hosting. That's good TV. You gotta love it.
it
You gotta
it was
love
great.
just new ideas in the space. We can only do so much. Cortland Sutton versus Parker Washington, man. Like the entertainment factor, I'm here for it. So, but hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna bring our A game today too.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out the touts. I'll continue to watch the whole development, see what happens there. And what's up to everybody, man? Welcome in. Glad you guys are choosing to watch us draft a BBM and ship $2 million. What's up, my brother? Let's fucking go.
It's
Let's
good
go,
box.
Nick. Appreciate the love and support as always. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
good, Mike.
Sus. Yeah, like Sus is definitely beard maxing at the moment. I got to step my game up.
I'm locked in at the moment. So are you, man. We're looking clean. We're looking fresh. Look good, feel good, play good, draft good. I'm ready for it.
Me too, man. Me too. So, how's the draft streaks been lately for you? Any new developments? If it's player takes, how you're drafting. I mean, I think I'm hearing zero RB is back on the menu. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, any virgin saying zero RBs back on the menu. They're click farming. They're click farming. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to go zero RB, that's just hey, who am I to stop you from paying my rake? But I've been in the drafter streets heavy, trying to get on my season long tip, minimize that variance, try to lock in some of the edge. I don't want the pod luck generator gods to decide whether or not I realize my EV. So I'm trying to do a little bit more season long this year. It's not as fun a sweat, come December, but you at least feel like, okay, there's some justice in this, rather than just the total randomizer. So doing more season long. Player take wise, I'm cooking up some, later round clicks. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. George Halani, Terrence Ferguson, blah 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 blah. It gets tired, it gets old, and honestly, we got enough George Halani. So,
Yeah.
trying to find the meta, trying to find some of those late round receivers. And I think I have a potential league winner, in the sea of Zachariah Branches. Rather blow my fucking head off and take Zachariah Branch. I'm not doing the who are the other names? Ted
Um,
Hurst.
are you doing
Uh,
Brandon
and
Thomas from LA?
no, I am not. And I'm also not doing I'll maybe dabble in Chris Brazzle. I'm not doing this Antonio Williams rise. Like I'm cool on all these virgin ass clicks, bro. I've got the actual meta in this terrible draft class. There's a diamond in a rough, and it's probably the last wide receiver you'd think of from day two.
You know what? So stay tuned because he will reveal this shortly. We will be hopping into a BBM right now, and I'm excited. Let's jump into it right now. Okay, we need +9. So this realization you had, Sus, about the next Puka Nakua, the next Jalen McMillions, like, were you just scrolling Twitter one day, you see this player in a highlight, and like, this is it, or did you actually do some real critical thinking and research?
So actually, it all originated from me going back and forth with this one dude in response to a tweet I had about Stephon Diggs and how there were like some weird comments from people in the best ball community about him. Um, like, oh, he's like a criminal and this and that. I'm like, bro, he didn't even do anything. Shout out Steph Diggs, got vindicated. That's another target of mine. Heavy right now, Stephon Diggs. Um, but that's neither here nor there. Some dude in the comments was talking shit. I'm talking shit to him. I go to his profile. He's a total idiot. And he calls Caleb Douglas Chris Douglas. I'm like, bro, it's Caleb Douglas. What
Mm,
are you talking about? I'm like, Caleb Douglas. That's honestly a lot of these guys. I've watched the tape. I've seen a little bit here and there, but I'm like, I really have not watched any Caleb Douglas. He was not mentioned by the cabal along the way. So I'm like, boom, let me look at Caleb Douglas real quick. And when I tell you, I was surprised to see what I was seeing with Caleb Douglas, who's almost 6'4, 205 pounds, runs a 4.3940, mildly productive in college, but his quarterback play was terrible from what I was seeing. A lot of off target throws. But when I was watching Caleb Douglas play, all I could see was Christian Watson. And
mm.
Christian Watson's a dude who spiked a bunch with Malik Willis. That play style meshes. I'm talking about it again. Huge body, gets down the field, but he's not just like a pure size speed guy. He attacks the ball well vertically. He can face you up and make you miss in the open field. He has good footwork around the boundary. Um, he's a bit raw, but I just liked what I saw. And the key thing is like there's nobody on that team. So they handpick him as their first wide receiver selection in the new regime. And all he's got to beat out is like Jalen Tolbert, Malik Washington. Again, to play in three wide receiver sets, it's not like they have two tight ends to really write home about. I think this guy's probably going to get on the field a lot more than people think. Mike Clay has him projected for the most yards on the Dolphins this year. And that's not operating under the assumption that he's going to be like super sick. But I ended up just watching some of his highlights, watching some of his tape. And I don't know, man, if I'm trying to make a bet on a guy who could like, oh, he might not just be the wide receiver 3. He might be the wide receiver 1 on this team, playing from behind a lot of garbage time. Why can't he have like a rookie year, a couple spikes with his profile, a couple catches gets you there, like a poor man's Christian Watson type of bet.
That's an interesting one. I haven't done any research on Caleb Douglas. So when you said he was 6'4", I thought this dude was like a midget. I thought he was like one of those like 5'9" slot receivers. Because like I said, I didn't really do any research, but 6'4", runs a 4.3. I mean, he's a big target, right? Comparable to Deion Kane. Obviously, we don't want that outcome, but I mean, this receiver, the receivers for the Dolphins is a crapshoot. Like, it's kind of like just pick whoever you think is gonna have the best week to spike. And third round draft capital, I think, is like obviously it's something. You know, people are pulling up Antonio Williams, like you said, who's a third round receiver, in the 160s. I see now this guy's going for free undrafted. Maybe it's Chris Bell, who I have been taking some of him.
I
Jalen
like him
Tolbert,
too. I like him too.
yeah. Maybe just take them both. Maybe mix it in. You know, Jalen Tolbert's a guy that could luck his way into maybe 100 targets, but let's be real. Like Jalen Tolbert is ass. Like he is not a great receiver. So I do think, to your point, that this guy Caleb Douglas. I mean, you love the size, you love the speed, and you say Christian Watson. Malik Willis was hitting Christian Watson on some of those routes last year. So
Bro,
that's
he's
an
got some
interesting.
sick in his highlight tape. He's got some sick toe tap sideline catches. He has some catches where he rips the ball away from the defender at the catch point, like 30 yards downfield. And like he'll
Yeah.
catch a screen and like make a guy miss. Again, I'm not saying he's like some like Hall of Fame stud, but like we're talking about like the most barren depth chart where in the NFL targets are earned, and he could earn targets over Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert. especially if they just want to develop them. And I don't think the Dolphins are going to go out and really pay or sign a big free agent receiver as I originally thought, because, man, they ate a lot of dead money with the Tua cut. And this feels like a year where they're like, you know what, we want to develop Malik Willis. But at the same time, are we going to really come out of pocket and blow like 15 or 20 million on Stephon Diggs when we're like not going to compete? Like, I don't know. I don't really see it. So it really might just be this cohort that they currently have for the most
Mhm.
part. And like, I'm just going to bet on a guy who flashed a little bit on tape that the team made the investment in. You know, they didn't invest in 6th round Malik Washington, who's never shown anything. And Tutu Atwell got like $1 million. So it's like, I don't know, 3 wide receiver sets. They don't really have the personnel for a lot of 12 personnel. Like Greg Dulcich is all they got at tight end. So I don't know. I think they're going to have a lot of comebacks, a lot of 11 personnel. And could he have some Marvin Mims weeks, you know, just like 4 for 80 and a touchdown? Like, I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, he's a name I'm gonna keep more of a eye to because I think you kind of want to attack some of these unknown, ambiguous situations where it's like I don't want to keep drafting the same guy at the end of each round. Where like Chris Bell, I've been drafting him, um, a few other maybe around 18 targets, like Ted Hurst. Like let's be real, like Ted Hurst is a receiver 4, receiver 5 on the team. He's probably not going to do that. Like none of these guys are going to really do anything. But when you look at opportunity like Douglas or Chris Bell, I think either one of them have opportunity to seize a job and actually be producing come playoff time.
Yeah, and I like them both for different reasons. Chris Bell seems more of like a yak guy, but he's also huge and fast. More so like just really built, kind of like AJ Brown. Now AJ Brown would be the best outcome. A lot of those
Yeah.
guys who are in that 6'1", 220 mold, they don't always, you know, and AJ Brown's kind of a rare outcome, but like that would be the upper tier of his range of outcomes. I don't really see a lot of Xavier Leggett and Chris Bell when I watch him. That dude was like a fucking year 5 or
Like
year 6 breakout. Like, I don't know.
that's
That
what
was the fakest thing ever.
yeah.
So no, I see the vision for Bell as like you can make him a power slot. You could line him up outside too. But I think Douglas is like that true vertical Christian Watson type of archetype.
Yeah, I like that. So that's a good call. Before we attack and get this Malik Willis double stack for this BBM, I'm just gonna shout out some people. Paulino, what's up, G? How you doing? How's the draft streets going on? We got Zero in here who's in the BBM with us as well. What's up, man? What's up, cutie? We got our fellow Thort the Pounder Bindles in here as well.
It's good,
Best on
Bengals.
call. What the fuck is up?
What the fuck?
Mike Rob says, bro doesn't know his Douglases. I just
Casual.
know, yeah, I just know Demario. Um, RM Cover says he got like 3 routes, but all right, we're on the clock. So, what are you thinking
Three's
here,
all you.
man? Um,
Mm, I'm totally down with just hammering run back. I don't think anything else is worth pulling up.
I like Genty
Do we?
here, and then all these RBs are similar to me. I mean, HN I think is really good.
You
Barkley
want to do
seems
it?
he can get the volume.
I would be Barkley over HN, but I'm similar enough on them where if you want to do HN and we could do a Dolphin stack.
You know what? And I mean, we're talking about Caleb Douglas. Why not we just kind of go into the bit, right?
Yeah, we say the offense ends up being like the 20th best offense in the league.
Caleb Douglas, Jerome Meduzi, who scores more points. That's a tough one. I'll leave that to us to answer.
That is one of the questions of all time. I've got a how about more points, Caleb Douglas or Michael Wilson if Marvin Harrison was
Oh,
healthy?
the Michael Wilson hate. I am here for it. You
Bro
know what?
ranked dead last in the league in yards per route run when Marvin Harrison was healthy, bro. Just stop it. Just stop with the Michael Wilson. He is who we thought he was.
You know the thing I was thinking about, like going back to the Dolphins, is that I've been
So
fading the Dolphins for most part. Like I don't draft Malik Willis. I'll dabble with Greg Dulcich. HN, I'm like at maybe 8% now. Cause like I've come around where it's like I still want to draft these players that could put up 30-point weeks. And to be fair to HN, last year in a offense that was boring as fuck, Tua wasn't good with who's the backup, that quarterback? I forgot
some
his
lame
name.
ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
a
know.
bum, right? Either way, like the offense was very anemic last year, and he still produced points. So it's like I was starting to think like maybe Malik Willis, like what if he is just a really good quarterback? What if Malik Willis is a quarterback that lifts up offense, right? And Achan's going to benefit from that. You know, the receivers are going to benefit from that. So they're a team that I don't think is going to be good, and I don't really want to draft too much of, but I have opened my mind to maybe mix in a little more stacks with Willis.
Especially when they're this cheap, man. Like you can create like a total, even if you don't go Achan. And I would probably objectively rank Barkley over Achan, but you and I both probably have so much Barkley compared to Achan. Like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
we're in a Dolphins mood for this draft. Trey McBride still being here is crazy. By the way, I would actually
Zero's going to take it.
blow. I
Yeah,
would I
Quinn
would have given
Ewers.
zero fucks head. I would have given him some head for that. That was a great sharp pick, man. Um, I would say, yeah, Quinn Ewers disgusting.
Yeah,
On
that's,
when you can go like your quarterback in round, I don't know, 11 for Malik Willis, and then go 16, 17, 18, and get maybe his tight end one and top two receivers. That's kind of the nuts if it hits. And again, like,
mhm.
okay, maybe sometimes maybe almost always it doesn't hit, but don't you want to open yourself up to one simulation of that or two? Like that's what it's all about. You know,
Yes,
you
especially
don't
when
have
Malik.
exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, especially
You
when Willis.
what are you feeling here?
I like
Um,
Lad here. Like I kind of want to buy in and just he's JSN this year, if I'm being honest with you. But um,
yeah,
I like RJ.
I would say ladder Garrett, and then maybe gape the room at running back. Um, because I think we have a
I
lot of
if we could do,
because the
because
Scatabo and Swift.
do you want to do Scoutable?
Oh no, 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 no. I was saying those
Uh,
guys don't fall anymore. So like you could get the elite running back in the flex with Kyron or Bucky. Are you a Kyron
yeah,
guy?
I think he's just a good pick objectively. We got Ted. I
Okay.
I'm fine with the ADP faller. Yeah, I would have took Kyron there. I think he's cheap or he's probably fair. I do think Blake Quarm is a little bit risky in the fact that I could see a world where he takes a little bit more of a role, you know, this year. But at the same time, we do this every year with Kyron Williams where he's in the third round, he slips in the fourth, and he pays out the price.
That's fair. Because the way I view the board at the moment, I don't think we're probably touching running back now for like till the 100s.
Which,
Just the
yeah,
way the board falls.
which I'm fine with too, because so when I was joking with you, I think backstage about zero RB being alive, but there are some like I guess quote unquote zero RB targets that I do like a lot. Um a few of them it's like Aaron Jones, the Vikings backfield, for example. I think they're both of value, right? Washington, um, Chris Rodriguez, Dobbins, I don't mind the price. Like, but then it gets ugly after that, right? Like after you kind of go through that group, I think around pick 140, 150, it starts to get ugly. But I don't mind taking those guys as my third, fourth, see if they hit.
Yeah, that's cool. I suppose it depends how much room you think Tet has to run. I'm like, man, Kyron, Bucky, those guys are like, if they're healthy, locks for 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. So it's an uphill battle with a guy like Tet, but I am on board with, you can't have none of them, right? So I'm down for it.
I usually
Um,
don't draft tag either. Like it's something where it's like I don't want to bet on Bryce Young
I'm
this
not
year.
stacking them with Bryce Young. I like you can't
Yeah,
unless it's like what pick 157, and even then I'm like I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna have my quarterbacks be Bryce Young, Malik Willis, and whatever. So um,
one bullish in what's that though? Like he dropped like 4 touchdowns, so it's like
yeah, he
he
could
had a
just get
really
better.
yeah like he had a good
And they didn't
year.
add. Yeah,
No, like he should get 150 targets. He could get double digits. Like he literally could be Mike Evans, right? Prime Mike Evans. Um,
all right.
so I there's a few RBs I like here, receivers too. Ah,
I would be. I would be. I can do
Bryce or two
Watson,
in.
Tootin, not Price. Price is a terrible. Not a fan of the Price. He's just not a good prospect to me. I would also say double receiver is fine. Like definitely not Price out of the queue.
Yeah,
Watson, Brian Thomas,
are you a
type,
Tyson guy?
not at this price. This price is brutal.
No. Okay.
I don't want a rookie wide receiver two over the Packers
Let's
receiver one, the Jaguars receiver one. Let's go
let's
Thomas
do.
because it could stack well with T Law.
I like that. Yeah, Thomas is, and we're taking a bet on the third year receivers too with Ladd and Brian Thomas. Like I like doing that where you're just betting on two guys who had some of the best rookie years, from statistically from yards per route run, and if they could kind of find 80-90% of what they were rookie years, they are smashers at where they go right now.
People got to explain to me why they have Jordan Tyson like this ADP next to the Cardinal, next to Marvin Harrison, who's a better prospect and not a rookie, next to Brian Thomas, who's a better prospect and not a rookie, and higher on his depth chart, and Christian Watson, who, yeah, not a better prospect, but he's number one on the Packers depth chart. Like Jordan Tyson is like 15 picks overpriced.
I disagree. Where I think he's properly priced. Like you get a top 8 receiver going at the 5-6 turn, which and I do think Tyson's good. Like, I think his ability for what he could do, like he's not a yak guy, but he is a fun player. Um, I think he could put what Ted did his rookie year, like 70 for 1,000 and like 6-7 touchdowns, which at that
Yeah,
price I
sure.
think is
If Chris Olave bangs his head into the wall and gets CTE, as many expect,
what
without that, like, are the Saints going
what's
to have
like.
2,000? Are the Saints going to have 2,000 yards receivers? Is that what I'm hearing? I don't know, man.
I don't think Juwan
Jawan
Johnson is going to
Johnson
get
does.
102 targets. Like that's, I think you take away production here from Juwan, and I think it depends on how you view show. Like I'm not a huge show guy, but Kellen Moore offense show, saw some glimpses, but I get it. Like I think it's fair to like not be in at that price because Christian Watson, Brian Thomas, you have the elite quarterbacks, and then also you have I think if two in and price is there, that's more than fine. But I don't know. I think Tyson's a fun click in the 6th round if he's there.
Yeah, I would just like him at the other side of the six. Like once you're talking pick 70, I'm like, all right, cool. But like mixing him in with like actual alphas. Like there is no world where Tyson is the alpha. I'm sorry. Like he's a very fun player. If he was better than Chris Olave, he would have gone where Tate went. There's a reason he didn't. And it's not just the injury stuff. The dude has play strength issues. The dude has no yak. So I think like 700, 800 yards would be a good rookie year. But uh, I would be down
So
to double tap
T-Law and
and
Herbert,
Herbert. Like
yes,
I'll bust, honestly.
yeah, and then
And then you
just,
can chill.
you can just have the option to be done at quarterback.
Yeah, it's in your yeah.
Beautiful. How do you
Fuck with
feel? Like this is
Michael Vick.
beautiful. Like you get the double stack with two alpha receivers on two ascending offenses. Feels great.
I'm about it. I'm about it. And now we make the room panic maybe a little bit at quarterback, just a smidge.
Yeah, I
And I
wonder
think
if
we're gonna
we.
like. I think we'll like what comes back to us. There you go. Let's get some purple cranked. Let's go.
There you go,
People see a
baby.
run, people see a run start to happen, and like, it's like, all right, bro, we're about to
I
scoop the fuck out of some value.
oh no, three purple go. I gotta take a quarterback right now.
Now I need to buy the end of the run. Um, Actually, if you are in this draft, you should buy the run because we're going Jordan Love and Jared Goff at the next turn. If you fuck around.
Um,
Oh, might have a oh, did you freeze up?
no, I was reading a text.
Oh damn, bro was perfectly still on some painting shit.
Was I?
Yeah, no, that shit was immaculate. That was crazy. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give it another second. But
I
damn,
sold it. I sold it perfectly. I probably my mouth dropped too and all that. No, it
that's
was
good
work
shit.
related. So I was like, I saw a text. I was like, oh, okay. Yep.
Fair
Right
enough. Fair
here,
enough.
whenever I'm in this range, like the seventh, eighth round, I just always like taking the quarterbacks more than the other players.
Yeah, I liked Addison a little bit more at that price before the Jennings thing. Now it's like, all right, it's fair to ding him a smidge. I honestly think Addison's role is relatively unchanged, but I'm just going to play the ADP
Yeah.
game, get him cheaper. I think TJ Hawkinson is fucked because he already looked like total shit last year, had like 400 something yards. And sure, like everyone's production was down, but like he wasn't moving well physically to me when I watched him. And now you bring in Jennings, who's like honestly probably a better target earner than Hawkinson at this stage. Sure, a tight end will have some sort of role, but like I don't know, it's a bit of an uphill battle for Hawkinson now, if you ask me. Um, Michael Wilson, just one of the most brutal clicks of all time, like hilariously overpriced. So no, honestly, it's a good range to get a bunch of your purple out of the way. You're not paying up too much. You're not costing yourself that real star breakout of like a Tet with a Josh Allen or but you also are,
Mhm.
I don't want to be in Bryce Young land. I don't want to be doing, the quarterbacks who project for like 240 points. Like these guys could have 350.
Fuck no. Like I'll just take my two quarterbacks here. I don't want to play the game of like Shroud and Bryce Young and Daniel Jones is coming out from Achilles and
Yeah,
Sam
fuck that.
Darnold. Like Sam Darnold, where he was an ass last year for fantasy.
Yeah, he was not special. Maybe they pass a little more this year, but like, I don't know, bro. So uh
Ooh,
I
see. Dobbins,
I
I still think is a starter
that's
for the
cool.
fourth RB.
I would say I have a receiver we could pull up for the other pick if you're interested. He
KC
will not come back to
Conception.
us. Where does Xavier Worthy go? Did he already go?
He
Okay, he
went
already
already.
went. All right, damn.
Are you
Yeah,
cool with
Dobbins is
Dobbins?
cool.
Okay.
Dobbins is cool. Do we want to
What's
stack
the best
Gadsden?
receiver here? He's been falling. There's a chance we get him back. I'm cool with stacking him too. Just taking the tight end.
Yeah,
Um,
because I think there's going to be receivers that like I don't know. Josh Downs, will he get a two wide receiver role? Probably not. Michael Pittman, like I don't. How many mouths are there really to feed on the Steelers? I think
yeah, let's
Gadsden
take
could straight up
Gatson.
have. I think Gadsden could straight up have more yards than all those guys.
Dude,
And
he look at Gatson rookie year. He went 49 for 664, 3 touchdowns as a rookie tight end. And what did they do this offseason? They brought in no competition. Mike McDaniel's there. Their offensive line is solidified.
bro,
I'm
in the month before, so we all saw how the Chargers offense crumbled down the stretch. Once Joe Walt went out, they were missing Rashawn Slater. They went from like maybe the best duo of offensive tackles to the back with the backups, probably the worst. Their interior offensive line was dog shit. And in the month before Joe Alt went down, which was like he was holding it all together on that line, Gadsden, as a day three rookie in his second month of his career, went 7 for 68, 7 for 164 and a touchdown, 5 for 77 and a touchdown, and 5 for 68. He was having like an elite
so
top
good.
five Colston Loveland esque breakout. And that was with like Greg Roman designing the offense. He's a legit athlete. He's not a great blocker. It's fine.
And
He's
it's
going to be
fine. You don't
so
need to be
good.
a blocker. And he's
No.
a number one. Look at this shit. Number one receiving EPX, which is players explosive. You love tight ends that are explosive, that could break out, pass plays over 20 yards, rushing yards. Like this guy is a playmaker. He's gonna be.
How
You
about
see,
how about how about you put that profile in a Mike McDaniel offense that highlights explosive plays, that schemes up explosive players in space, and that features tight ends in the red zone? Like he is like the last year, my most drafted tight ends were like Tucker Kraft and Tyler Warren in this range.
Mhm.
I'm like the talent is just too good for this range, and the situation's improving. Gadsden feels like that sort of breakout. It's like if the offensive line just holds up and just allows the pocket to develop and allows plays to develop downfield, like Gadsden and Ladd and other receivers, everyone's going to feast. But like on the Herbert team, especially, like why can't he have 900 to 1,000 yards and like 7 touchdowns?
Why? Like, look at this. Like, part time, he was number three of all tight ends in deep targets with 9, Rezo targets 14. Um, air yards is 10. Like, this is you're talking about a tight end that was like not even playing a full snap share. He's only
Right.
gonna grow. Mike McDaniel. It's people are so hyped up on Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. Okay, draft his tight end. Like this dude
Right.
is a fucking beast.
Draft the big body athletic tight end and a Mike McDaniel offense who's going to score a ton. Like it's honestly
What are
the
we doing here?
clearest
Okay,
thesis.
we're
I would
gonna
say
bring up
Rashad
Diggs
White,
here.
if it's not too much. Oh yeah, pull up Diggs for sure. Is Rashad White too much at running back? Should we
Uh,
push
I'm
it?
debating that.
Honestly,
Like,
I'm
yeah,
down
I
to
think
push it. Like I think Diggs is essential. I would say.
I
Oh,
think
Malik
well.
Willis. Oh, sorry.
So, like, how do you feel about Omar Cooper, first round receiver? Like,
Uh, I think there's other names at the next turn that like
week away. Okay,
give us just as
let's
much.
let's do
I
Malik. Let's do Malik,
and then we
right?
call it a day. We got 3-6 stacks, like all guys who can get 28 points in a week. Like
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think this will be a so like I think right now we're done at quarterback 3. We tack on one more RB later. So what? That's like a 3
and
5.
and honestly, we might not have to at running back. Like we can take what the board gives us. It's always nice to have 5, but like sometimes I'm like, man, what is this like? Pick 190 as running back, just a 0 on my team, bro. I'm like, Genty is the RB2 on the year.
Yeah,
Achan is Achan. Tootin is in the ETN role, and Dobbins gets you that like safe like 80 yards and a touchdown a couple times. Like, and I'm like, those guys are hitting our flex. Give me that extra shot at receiver, maybe a 3-4-8-3 just as a consideration.
yeah. It's all relativity of cost. Like I'm not reaching on most of these RBs at this point who are likely a 0. Like I'll take a tight end, my third tight end there, who's gonna give me, 100, points. Um, Gatson too, like I'd be fine just going 2 tight ends on this build depending on what the board gives us because like you're making a bet on Gatson, right? Like if Gatson is, let's say he's this year's breakout at tight end, right? And he goes for 65 and 850 and like 10 touchdowns. Like you
Yep.
don't need a third tight end on that build.
No, that's true. I will say one thing that I learned last year, I feel like, um, not sure what the Njoku.
He's saying that
Uh,
like I guess Njoku might be going there, which I
oh,
think he would have went there already if
maybe he would take like a cheaper deal to rebuild his value and maybe try to, just target compile. Oh, on the Chargers, or was that for the
yeah,
Dolphins?
the Chargers, I think. So it's like
I
that. I don't think he's going
I
to end up there, but if he did, then I would be a little less optimistic on Gatson.
Yeah, a little bit. I would also be worried about Charlie Kolar. If I was Charlie Kolar, I'd be very worried if David Njoku signs there. I think
For
I
sure.
think Mike McDaniel gets his hands on Gadsden and he's like, oh, like you're like a legit big body weapon. We need you out there. Um, but I don't know. That would be kind of bearish for Njoku, honestly. I think Njoku probably goes somewhere where he might have a little bit more of a role, but Maybe
Hmm.
that's Coke. Um,
Look at that Gasecki pull up right there, 147.
that's
Step,
diabolical. Not
step.
financial advice. Not on this show. Um, I was gonna say like tight end. The reason I like three, like in most builds that don't have like Bowers or like McBride, is because like tight end can low key hit your flex in like this range of the draft and most of the rest of the draft. Like the tight ends outscore the receivers, like even to
Hmm.
like the 200s. So I'm like, damn, like if running back doesn't hit the flex that week, like maybe our tight end could, but I think we still are in a receiver range. I was gonna throw out Travis Hunter, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is a guy who's like screaming up the board for me personally. And this range of tight end is
So
so flat.
I think Chig's a tier break for me. I think he's kind of like a Gasson type where I think he potentially could take a big step with Jaden Daniels if they unlock him. And if you're fading Antonio Williams, well, who's going to be the second target there? Probably
Mm.
Chig, right? So he is a fun tight end. I do like him. I think he's someone that could. I mean, look at this. In Titans, Dogs at offense, 50, 50,
Do,
50.
do we
So,
want to go Chig and talk it out at the other receivers?
um, yeah, let's go Chig. I like Chig a lot.
I
Here,
just for the
I
raw points, Trey Tucker like projects so well for that team. He's probably going to end up in the 120s. Like he's rocketing up, and Travis Hunter falls sometimes. Like he might fall, but Trey Tucker's like legit with Kirk Cousins or Mendoza, probably getting 800 to 900 yards. Like he will probably spike very well this year.
yeah, when you got to take Trey Tucker over the number 2 overall pick, man, just got to do it.
Well, it's also if we
I'm
had only
talking.
had a single stack. No, I feel it. I'm like the correlation, but like in this scenario, I'm like, yo, T Law's getting that rushing, plus Tootin's getting a touchdown equity, and Brian Thomas is an alpha. Um,
I like
I'd
Trey
almost
Tucker.
rather.
I think Trey Tucker's boring and no one loves him other than Zero, but like he seems pretty locked in a role. Cause like, is there any receivers that's like him? Naylor's not like him. Besh isn't like him,
No,
right?
he's
Like
like the
he's gonna be
closest
out
they
there.
have to an X. Yeah, and they're glazing him with the coach speak. He feels like a guy who would mesh very well with Kirk Cousins. I don't know, man. I'm like, I had a blind spot on for Trey Tucker, so he was trying to put me on. Um, I do you want to pull up Flyfish's comment? I just want to
Sure.
I think McDaniel's emphasis on tight ends has largely been driven by wide receiver injury. Little skeptical he features Gadsden given wide receiver depth and bell cow JT style back in Hampton. So when they had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle healthy, they still featured Jonnu Smith. Now that was the function of the offensive line being broken and wanting to get the ball out, but it's also an emphasis on like getting the ball, just maximizing your talent. So like the Chargers like don't have a Tyreek Hill and a Waddle. They were both healthy in 2024 when Jonnu went off, and a lot of Waddle and a lot of his play design is like getting the ball to the big body tight end in the red zone specifically. And you know, like Ladd, I like a lot. He's going to get a lot of explosive touchdowns. I don't know if he's like going to rack up a ton of red zone looks. Like when you just look at how Mike McDaniel deployed, like people were like, "Oh, Darren Wallen." I hear this a lot. Darren Waller, Jonnu Smith, and Greg Dulcich could do it, but not like the supremely talented like freak athlete tight end. I'm like, I don't know. Like Mike McDaniel caters his offense to the best players he has when the offensive line is healthy, and I think he's just going to continue to do that. So I don't think this is like a situation where like Gadsden is like a. I don't think he's like a Darren Waller type talent or a Dulcich type talent. I think he's like as a receiver, the blocking's terrible, but as a receiver, it's a potentially elite receiving talent. And it's like if he can scheme up Jonnu Smith and work miracles for tight ends who stink, I think he would like to get productive play from a good tight end. Um,
There's not really that much depth either. Like outside of Ladd, who disappointed last year, like QJ's never consistent. Trey Harris isn't proven. Brandon Thomas is not an alpha. Like, there's really no secure alpha there besides maybe Ladd.
I just want to
right?
say to Flyfish, I do think it's a good comment and a fun,
Oh,
interesting debate.
okay.
Uh, Trey
Trey,
Harris stacks.
hey, Trey Harris, the alpha on this sleeve.
Are there any other receivers that like just stand out to us, like Chris
Not right
Bell stacks?
now. I mean, people are talking about Ryan Flory a little bit. Maybe he's like a Trey Tucker type. He's been moving
I
up
was
a
gonna
little
say
bit.
Schultz like had like 700, almost 800 yards last year. If we
I'd
want to
rather
call it
just
a
take
tight
Terrence
end.
Ferguson
All right,
next.
you you wanted to pull
Ma-
up Bell for a stack
Okay. Yeah. You
because
know what? Let's do
those running
Chris
backs,
Bell.
like I feel like our running backs are like I'm like,
Pretty
bro, give
good.
me another dart at that breakout receiver. Like our running backs, like we're all in on these guys, and like it's hard to get three good receiver scores. And when you don't start off with like the Amon Ra and Jamar Chase, so like there could be some real ping ponging, with like a Tet or a Brian Thomas. Um, so I like having a little more bodies there,
I like that. Do you go nine receivers on this team? Like theoretically, we stop at three quarterbacks, four RBs, and then we take two more receivers and one more tight end.
For me, when I close my eyes and I see this team and the $2 million we're gonna bink, I can't even envision this team without Terrence Ferguson, Caleb Douglas, bro.
Well,
Where
those are
Malik,
locked in. Yeah, yeah, those are. And then maybe an RB or another receiver.
yeah, yeah, Gadsden has little crossover with Janu, but I think that's a good thing. Like when we get into situations like looking back, I'm trying to think of like what a comparable where it was like Miles Sanders left the Eagles and then DeAndre Swift left the Eagles, and people are like, well, Saquon. I'm not saying Gadsden is Saquon, but like honestly, the difference between Jonnu Smith, who's like almost out of the league, like not getting any buzz, and Gadsden's potential is like a Swift who's like pretty good to a Saquon. Like when a far better player comes in, they're not going to use him less than they use the shittiest player of all time. Like tight end is just very valued by Mike McDaniel. Uh, Now, when it wasn't, it was like because Durham Smythe was his tight end. It's like, okay, well, surely no one's going to use Durham Smythe. But like, if Jonnu Smith can be used in a Tyreek Waddle Achane system, like I think at the end of the day, Mike McDaniel likes to feature his studs in whatever and cater to their strengths, assuming that the offensive line holds up. But I love the
Um,
investments they made at the interior line. Uh, yeah, T Ferg, this that would make me bust.
what do you think of Juan Jennings on the Vikings? Is he draftable? I mean, yeah, is he draftable in this format?
Yeah, I don't know if I would move him up. I don't know if I would move him down either. You want to just double tap Caleb and Ferg?
Yeah, let's do that. I
Oh
love
my
that.
god, I
There
love
you
that
go.
shit. I like Juwan Jennings. I don't know if the ceiling is really there, but I think he's gonna have a couple usable weeks. I have a lot of him pre-draft in like the 110s, 120s. I just got to eat it there. I don't think he should go back up to that range. Justin Jefferson's a target hog. Addison is pretty dang good in his own right. They check down to Aaron Jones. You know, he feels like a 600-yard guy to me.
Yeah, I'm getting T-Bird almost over up there. I can. At cost, gas is totally fine because you can insulate him with the floor plays late, but my guess is McDaniels goes back to 22, 23 scheme, not desperation,
I,
24, 25 versions.
I agree, but if you look at it, who's the Tyreek and who's the Waddle? Like, who are the guys that generate the explosive plays in that offense? I think
Oh man,
you don't really have a Waddle. You have the closest thing to Tyreek that you have is a lad. Now, obviously, they're not the same, but in the sense of a full, short, intermediate, deep route tree with speed, obviously, no one can match Tyreek's speed. But I would say it's almost kind of hard to go back to the 2022, 2023 same scheme when you don't have like a Tyreek like level burner. But something close to it, I agree with you. But I think you're going to get some motion. I think last couple of years he's been more 12 personnel. Um, it'll be interesting to see if he goes that route or not. I think you're just going to have a lot of volatility week to week, but in a very productive offense. And like you said, he's like fine. But like when you start like modeling out the Chargers offense, if Justin Herbert gets back to his 4,500 yard ways from like the first 3 years of his career, like I don't know, either you're giving Lad 1,400 yards or you got to get Gadsden to like 900. And like when I think about what they want to do in the red zone, like QJ is not good in the red zone. Um, like Gadsden's a guy I could see them scheming a lot of just Justin Herbert gets it, run a little play design for Gadsden.
Yeah, and you see here, I mean, he was eighth most of tight ends in red zone targets, which if he has a full time role or close to it, and he's near the red zone, like he's a big dude. And that offense, I mean, we could look back and Herbert could be throwing his 5,000 passing yards and 45 passing touchdowns. Like, you want all of that offense, right? You want to take shots, especially if they're going in the hundreds, in my opinion. The people
And
want to know, Sus. I'm don't make cut you off, but what the fuck is was it diatribe? Diatribe?
yeah, diatribe. Just to put a bow on the fly fish thing, I just was going to say, he says, however it shakes out, the Chargers are fun at them. I totally agree with him. I think
Yeah.
it's like the offense to buy, assuming we get some health. It just feels so set up. And I want to ping pong all the pieces, you know. One team's a Gadsden team, another one's a Trey Harris or a QJ or a Vidal or
Yeah.
Keaton or Hampton. Mix and match. What the fuck is a diatribe, Sus? It is just like a bit of a rant, a tangent, you know, a strict one, you know, just going off and off and off. A lot of diatribes here, maybe even on this podcast at times. But yeah, shout out to diatribes.
Diatribes are always welcome on the WTF podcast. When your tight end is Julian Hill, I just don't really think McDaniel is going to create a scheme to get him touches. That is fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like McDaniel, he's going to cater to what his guys do well, and he's going to maximize their capabilities. Down
Trace
horrendous, bro. He's down
Trey
horrendous.
Tonight was diabolical. You'll have a chance to snipe us back because to answer Boner's question, we are fucking some puppies. We are gonna fuck a puppy right now.
Just
Not a
blow
real
Puppy's
life
back now.
breathing one, but we're
No,
talking about
for
NFL
the
draft.
algorithm,
Obviously.
for the algorithm, there's not a. This is not r/bestiality. This is fantasy football making love to puppies, even not fucking them.
Yes,
Some
we
would say.
don't support bestiality here, guys. We support drafting
Oh,
teams as always. Yeah, we are gonna go back to review the teams, and then after that, we will be hopping into a puppy draft probably in like a couple minutes.
that,
Let's see what we did. 3-4-8-3 build. Already off the top, it's a little unique. You know, I think usually I have 5 RBs, sometimes 6. So this was a fun one that we did. Tila, Herbert, Malik Willis. Really fun floor and upside with those 3 quarterbacks there.
yep, you're not falling behind at quarterback at all.
No. Genty, Achan, Tuin, Dobbins. It's a semi hypo fragile team where Genty, Achan, I mean, when you're taking those 2 RBs, you're like lock and loaded. These are the guys. Like these are 2 guys that we're hoping are top 5 RBs. They're gonna get all the touches, all the volume. And then Tuin's a fun third one where I think where he's going right now is a good value for the upside that he could bring, you know. And I feel good about him as my third. And then Dobbins is someone that's fallen a little bit because of the Jonah Coleman drafting in the 4th round. But I still think he's a starter. I think that as long as he's healthy, he's gonna outperform his ADP.
Fuck Core's comment is sending me brave stance in regard to our not fucking the shit out of puppies alignment.
Yeah,
On
you
it,
know,
bold if true. Some are saying that we would not do that
brave
in this meta.
stance is crazy. Uh, yes. So is this enough for you? So that's the 4 RBs.
Yeah, bro. When I started going back and looking at my teams that did well last year, ones that made the finals and stuff like that, like when it had like that top two running backs, like a McCaffrey HN or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, why did I put fucking DJ Giddens and Taj Brooks at the end of this shit, bro? They did nothing. I wish,
Zero. Yeah.
I wish they were Vele, and I wish they were Jalen Nail, like even anything at the end, bro. Like any sort of receiver who I could have a crack at. Like I'm like when I'm week 15, and I'm like, bro, there's no way that like fucking Ty Johnson is hitting this lineup if it goes well. Like
Fuck
I just
no.
I just want more darts at the booty. Like Kayshawn Booty was like a huge guy for me last year. Naylor helped me advance teams
Troy
into the finals. So
Franklin. Yeah, like take a chance with some of these receivers that could spike your line. Trey Tucker last year, right? Like he
right,
had that 30.
just more bodies, you know. And so I want to be more intentional about that draft capital and lean into just this running back room stays healthy. Even if Dobbins gets hurt, our top three are like if Tootin assumes that ETN role, like you can get by with those guys. Like one, you ping pong the spikes, and the other guys have enough volume to hit your lineup, and then you're trying just have more darts at that, you know,
Mhm.
that 30-point receiver week from your top guys, and the 15 to 17 from the lower guys. And I feel like quarterback is set, running back is set if it's healthy, tight end is set, and I think we got enough volume at receiver.
I think so too. Nathan says instructions are unclear. Peter is at my door right
Hey, you know, is that nearby you? Do you hear the knocking on the door?
now. I'm confused. What's best ball? Okay. You know
When two
what?
drafters love each other very, very much.
I might need to
I'm
delete this.
confused. What's a boner, honestly? What
Yeah.
is a
What's a
boner? Someone tell
what's
me
a
in the chat.
Brian? Genty might be my highest exposed top player this year. Sharp. I think Genty is a great pick where he's going right now.
That's bold for the early rounds, but if it works out, man, it works out, especially when picks get hurt.
Flyfish says, yeah, but when those contingent RBs Hanka hit, you win real money. I mean, obviously, like, yes, like Tank Bisbee, he didn't get drafted. If Barkley went down with the torn ACL week one, Tank Bisbee is gonna go crazy. Like he's going to be a league winner. But what we've seen in the last few years, there hasn't really been no serious injuries to these top players where the RBs matter that much. I mean, if you look at last year, it was the CMC, the Derrick Henrys, DeAndre Swift, week 17, he was like, you needed those guys, right? Like, Sus, was there any handcuffs last year that won the money in week 17?
I don't know about any pure handcuffs. Like, I guess some people will point to like JCM, who everyone was telling me was a dumb pick in November, and then he was the RB2 in week 17. You know, you have I don't know what Rico Dowdle really did down the stretch, not much, but he was like a guy who hit, you know, when Shuba
He
went
helped
down.
you get there. Yeah.
And I do agree that when they hit, you win real money, but I like making more of those bets, especially in the 18 round formats when I don't go like three RBs through six. Like if I'm 2 through 6 and like it falls off that tier, you know, into the Jalen Warren, if like Jalen Warren's my RB3 or something like that. And especially if like a guy who projects like J.K. Dobbins does for that crazy rushing pace, where like this team, RBs in the flex from those top four, and we've made that bet. If we had like 2 or 3 of the running backs that we did through Dobbins, I'm like, bet we make this a 5 running back team, and I'd take 2 darts on like the Singleton, Tank Bigsby's, or maybe someone like a Woody Marks and a Bigsby. I kind of just like, okay, cool. If I went heavy up top, I'm happy to see those 4, and I don't need the thin outcome of this hitting because I've already got elites and I'm set at quarterback, and I'm like, just please give me another shot at receiver hitting because it's really hard to come by receiver points these days. Like it's not like it used to be. Receiver scoring overalls on the decline, and if I just want some extra volume at those receivers for this type of team. But I totally agree. Like RB handcuffs do hit quite often, um, but I just I think I'm like 19% Tank Bigsby, so I have a ton of those type of guys. But just kind of making it work on the different builds and 18 round draft. I'm trying to maybe pare down on that RB5 when I go for solid ones.
For sure. I mean, Tank Bisbee, I think, would have been a fine click for us as the fifth RB too. Like, it's something where like if Barkley goes down, like obviously, yeah, I wish we would take Tank Bisbee, but I think with this structure, I think taking Caleb Douglas or Tford was fine. But Tank Bisbee, he is one of those few RBs where he has a clear role if Barkley goes down, and we know he's a good RB. Like in that system, he would smash. So, food for thought. I think that if we do this like 10 times, I think Tank would be on our team 3-4 times on this build. It just
Yeah.
wasn't this one.
Yeah, and I have Tank ranked higher than 180 straight up, so I like that shout. I just I've like I have no idea if it's calibrated right, but like a running draft capital algorithm going in my head. I'm sure there are tools for that are better, but I'm like, and you could
That's
argue we
fair.
maybe invested a little much at quarterback, but we correlated it, and I think you can't have too much quarterback, and you can't have too much tight end. So um,
Yeah.
now, if Achan and Dobbins don't work out, that is totally possible. But I think when you do make the leap and click them, you've made that bet and you got to live with it. And maybe you say, Bigsby helps you advance, but I'm like, I don't know. Is he the archetype? Like, I'd rather have a Rashad White if I'm trying to get an advanced play. Like,
Hmm.
or like a Justice Hill, like someone with some weekly receiving. Tank feels like a stone, and I'm the biggest Tank bull that you and everyone here knows, but like he's a stone zero unless Saquon gets hurt. So
Exactly.
he's just not helping us advance. He helps us win a league, but he doesn't really help us advance 8 out of 10 times,
Let's
maybe
look at
seven.
let's look at Zero's team. 2682, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield. I'm fine at stopping those two quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks, good offenses. Kind of the sweet zone for quarterbacks, in my opinion. Then he goes Hampton, Henderson, Gainwell, Tracy, Sampson, Tucker. So
That'll work.
yeah, like it, the third, like obviously I prefer to get a third RB with more projectable volume, but I think he did good with the clicks after Henderson. Gainwell and Tracy are two RBs I think are gonna be in your lineup this year. Samson, he's an interesting click too, where I think that if you're kind of going against Junkins, like Samson is like probably gonna catch, 30, 40 passes. He I think is a good RB. And same bet as Bigsby. If he went down, I think Sampson would be the bell cow. Tucker, you kind of going against Bucky, right? Like you're just betting that okay, Bucky's gonna get hurt, so like let me take two of these guys with the role. Don't hate that.
That's good investment.
Yeah, and then Amari St. Brown, Evans, Harrison, Metcalf, Godwin, McMillan, Hunter, Wicks. So he has it stacked up, which is very nice. He has kind of like a mega Tampa thing going on here with Godwin, McMillian, and then Allen, which is fun. I mean,
That's a really fun build. I
yeah,
maybe like I this is not like a real critique. I think it's like an A. I may like just the way I like to do my teams. I love three quarterback this year, but I know Zero is willing to do the two. That's a good two, but it's a two that has dealt with injuries in recent years and even before. I kind of like the Kirk Cousins, Shador archetypes, even the Tuas and the Rogers to like maybe put a little insurance on helping it advance. Sam Sherman's BBM team last year doesn't advance unless it has three quarterbacks, and even then it barely got through. So does how much does Wicks help you? But again, it's another dart at Spike Week. So I
yeah.
give this team an A. I like it a lot. I mean, Trey McBride round
Trey
three, like
McBride, pick
that makes
31
a lot.
is
That makes a
it
lot
is
happen.
nuts. Yeah, this is a good team.
Honestly, honestly, he should have got Jacoby Brissett on this team with McBride and Harrison. Once you
That
go
would.
that route,
So I am going to be joining the puppy in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Didn't mean to cut you off, Sus. Oh, instant
uh,
fill. Oh wow. Is it instant fill?
yeah, good shit.
All right. Got it in. No sharps in there. Um
Bunch of casuals.
Yeah, Zero says to rest of game playing week 17.
Well, if that's the case, then McBride and Marvin Harrison will be really bad. You got to take that up with Zero Fox. But like when I take like if it's Carson Beck or Gardner Minshew, then you don't want those Cardinals. But if you are betting on them being the guys you need in Week 17, then I would correlate them with Jacoby personally.
Are we really gonna get Carson back during the money weeks? Because if so, then fuck all the Cardinals. I don't want any.
Boner, I will say Boner has a valid gripe. You did the 5 4 3 2 1 fast, and he was bamboozled and deceived. But it's better than too slow and being in the overflow room. Is it better
Yeah.
to have overflowed and lost? Or I don't know. There's a saying in there somewhere. I'll workshop it.
I also try because it's also when you're watching on stream, I think there's like a delay of like 8 to 10 seconds sometimes. So like right
Yeah.
now, me saying this, it's like 10 seconds in the future. So I
Like
try
if
to time it up.
like if one of us started stroking our shit on camera, there would be an 8 second lag until our fans witnessed something like that on camera. I would say JSN or JT
Oh,
would be.
okay. I'm cool with JT, CMC, Amonra.
Let's go
Uh,
JT. Fuck that McCaffrey shit,
I know
bro.
you hate
His
CMC. He's still the GOAT though.
Is he
But
though? He was worse than JT last year when Daniel Jones was healthy.
I think JT is like I take JT, right? I have him over CMC. It's such a weird offense, man. Right? Down Jones off the Achilles. They lose Pittman, which is like whatever. I just think it's more like JT fell off very hard. And I get it, right? Like Rivers is like 50 years old with like 12 grandkids.
Right. No, he was,
It's
bro. People were talking about him being not just like offensive player of the year, bro. The MVP. You're
MVP. He
talking about
was
Jonathan Taylor
great.
MVP. As long as Daniel Jones was there to like keep the offense functioning. So like, the other thing with like breaking the tie away from CMC is like JT stayed efficient. Like he wasn't as efficient with the shitty ass quarterbacks, but like he had an efficient year. I think McCaffrey was just a hair below 4 yards per carry. I was
Yeah.
seeing like some warning signs of like, oh, is this like the beginning of the end of maybe not the force fed volume, but like is he even that good as a rusher anymore? He's great in the receiving game, got the vision, but like, is he even that good as a rusher anymore? I don't know.
Probably not. Like he's not going to go back to 4.55 yards per carry. Like Taylor can. Taylor also has that breakaway speed. I mean, if you watch every week, it was like 70-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown. So I think JT, love JT this year still. Obviously, hoping Daniels is. Well, I like one of these RBs here. What about
Yeah,
you?
bro. How's the game? The game is so beatable, man. How are you going to give us Derrick Henry and JT on the same team, bro? 70 points in
I was
week
gonna say
17.
So Derrick Henry is basically JT just without the catches.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. Like when you get to week 17, you want to see this duo. This
come
is
on.
the duo that you would like to see, bro. I'm not trying to see this fucking Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors shit, and they're 11 points per game. Fuck out
No,
of here. I'm being
give
a
me
little facetious, but
like they're fine, but give me the BBC, man. Give me King Henry. Give me the RBs. Give me the points. It's half point PPR.
exactly, bro. I'll run the 2v2 of Derrick Henry and whatever receiver is there in round 3 if we go receiver versus, Jacobs or ETN. Like, come on, bro. It's Derrick Henry, man. He just put up 45 in week 17. Stop playing around, bro. Just Derrick Henry's a
Well,
smash, and he's probably 3 picks too cheap.
like honestly, you could argue Henry at the 1-2 turn against this year. Like
You
him,
absolutely could.
yeah, like him
Him
and
or
Bark.
him and Hampton, bro. Like, what has Hampton
Yeah.
ever done? Like, I like Hampton. I have Hampton ranked slightly over Derrick Henry, but like that's like a Omarion Hampton is low key maybe a Brian Thomas ass click from last year. It's like, all right, he hasn't really done it yet. He hasn't done shit.
Oh, we might get that Trey McBride Fowler for us too.
And that's back to that jacking off 8 second delay. You might have to genuinely do some editing before that.
I
Before
might have to. Now he
oh
goes.
fuck. All
I mean, we could just go high T Jacobs. If
If they
not,
want to get Jacobs in the flex and win the puppy, like I'm fine with it.
okay,
Otherwise, I would say
Nico,
Devontae.
Brees or Devontae.
I'd be Devontae low key. They're talking about him having a JSN season in Philly.
I
Obviously,
don't
you
mind.
can't project something that absurd, but
He's a fun click. Yeah, McBride and Marv are telling us to spike with or without Brissett. If Carson Beck is back there, I don't have that same
they're
confidence.
they're actually not talented enough to spike without Brissett because nobody spikes with Gardner Minshew in the big 2-6, bro. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Nah,
Maybe Beck. Beck is an unknown, but like he probably doesn't have the arm. Um,
I
he
thought
said, "Don't."
I was
Is he
like,
talking about JT?
yeah, I think JT. I like JT. JT.
Yeah.
Um,
First round, I like going by ADP a lot too. I will say for now.
oh, he was hurt. Hampton
Hampton.
with McDaniel about DJT. I could see
He
that.
was
That's part of the narrative. I mean, Hampton. He had like 4 games over 20 points, which is pretty good. I think Hampton, like if you talk about like high ceiling, what he could do, he could have a JT year. I mean, he compares to JT, he's a big, fast dude with breakaway speed that could catch maybe 50 balls. So if Mike McDowell wants to make him a bell cow, which I don't know if he is, like, how he uses RBs, but Hampton has a lot of upside, but also there's some risk with him where he goes.
no, I fuck with Hampton, but it's like the only reason Derrick Henry goes behind Hampton is age, and like
For sure.
totally valid. But like we can't act like Omarion Hampton's like career year. He would be happy if that was like Derrick Henry's fourth best year. Like
Okay,
Derrick Henry.
so
Okay. Uh, I am like
Lad, uh,
I'm
I
like
know.
Lad, Bucky, Tiercliff, maybe Love. Okay, Lad or Loveland. I'm down to run Lad again because I love that stack. Um,
Lovin gonna outscore these receivers? Is this what he's gonna do
Low key might, bro. Like the last 4 games, he had like 55 targets, like including the playoffs.
with no Rome? Right, we took Lad.
I'm, I love Lad, bro. You don't have to
Lad is fine. Like,
talk to
yeah,
me
like I think
twice.
Devontae Lad are two good targets. I like a lot.
I'm
Yeah,
like a 20% Lad guy, so yeah.
Love is such a enigma to me, man. Like, I think he's great. I think he could outscore these receivers at the same time. I won't be shocked if he's like, you know, I think my point with that is like I just think that the Titans that go later than him could match him, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe Loveland is going to go out there and beast what can he go 80 catches, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns? I don't see that,
I'm gonna
but I mean
I'm gonna
maybe
pull up. I I will be honest. This was a blind spot for me. I forgot how crazy his target share was the last like couple games at the end of the year. You want to know how many targets he had the last 4 games of the year when he
um
was
45.
like at like average? Yeah, he had 10, 13, 15, and 10. So he had 48 in 4 games. Now that's a limited sample size, but like it was the last 4 we saw, and it was like a pretty impressive little stretch where like he was earning those targets. Ben Johnson's like, okay, I can really trust this guy now. I don't know, man.
Mhm.
I'm starting to worry I don't have enough Loveland. He was getting elite wide receiver usage at the end of the year. Like 12 targets a game is fucking diabolical. Um,
Now obviously factoring that was no Rome, right? Or was Rome back? Just okay, ooh. Junkins or Watto are the two picks for me.
I would
Um
be Waddle, definitely never Judkins. I would be Waddle or Devontae Adams. So I'm willing to meet in the middle
I
at
like
Waddle.
I like the ADP with Watto. He's kind of like the same with these receivers. Like I think he's gonna exceed expectation a little bit. Using the slot a little more. But
All right, give me the Judkins rundown on some DB bet shit, bro. I'm not seeing the vision right now, but I'm willing to have you talk me into it, not a Canadian.
well, I'm not like a Junkins bull, but I've came to capitulate where I mean he's gonna get a lot of volume, right? And when you have RB getting a lot of volume that runs a four, what he ran a 4.3, 4.4, right? Like I love RBs that are big, strong, and fast. The offense isn't
You
gonna
like
be
a
great.
BBC. You like a BBC.
Love the BBC man. He's a true BBC. And like the offense is better in the sense like they have weapons now. The O line, I don't know if it's better. Like I know they spent some draft capital on them, so it should be the same, maybe a little better. But like he's gonna get a lot of volume, and to win the flex, you're getting a guy that could get 260 rushing attempts. He'll catch like 30 balls. Um, I don't love him, but I just think he's fine. Like in this format, like you want to get, guaranteed touches. And in the fifth round, where like I like Waddle too, I like these receivers, but it's like the tier break. If you're doing the 2v2, like I much prefer the RBs in the round 5. Like Brian Thomas, for example, like Brian Thomas and Waddle is similar to me, but like all these RBs are, I to me, Junkins is just a tier above, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
that's fair. Because do you want to do Brian?
Oof.
I
We do
I
do
can't pass
Brian,
that up.
yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. And
I
now
mean,
we're entering a spot where we might be able to double tap quarterback again, depending on how things fall. I
yeah.
will ask Jalen. Would you go Jalen Hurts over Herbert and Lawrence and try to push one of them back and play the ADP game
If Hurts came back to us,
if he comes back? He's
I
been
would
falling a
go
little bit. He
Hurts.
might not, but yeah,
I've been taking Hurts in the 70s. I think that the Eagles, like AJ Brown's gone, right? Like that's what we're factoring in. They did a really
facts.
good job. Like Lemon and Eli Stowers, I think is gonna help that offense a lot with AJ Brown gone.
Yeah, and the play design is going to be good from Mannion, most likely, based on what I'm hearing. Like the amount of I don't know, he's actually doing his job in camp. Like Kevin Petullo was such a lazy fuck. Um,
Yeah,
bro
fuck that.
didn't, dude. He wasn't even telling Dallas Goddard was saying they didn't even know in a game that the other team's best linebacker was out. It's insane the lack of preparation that Petullo was putting in. So I'm not all in on the Eagles this year, but I'm in on a bounce back for sure.
For sure. There's some interesting players here coming up. Are you a Tyler Warren guy?
A little bit, but definitely not over Hurts in the scenario in which odds are.
Hurts. I
Uh,
think we take Warren. We have the
uh,
we have the Colts bet. I mean, you love Ludley. Warren was saying that
uh, it
with
just
Michael
doesn't
Pittman,
core. I don't know. We got BTJ, we got Ladd again. I think we
I
lock up
think
one of the quarterbacks and just take some other tight end later.
I think we
We don't want
do
to
do.
lose both. Oh, that's so retarded. That's so
No, no.
retarded.
Sus, you were cooking. Okay, we have Warren, who is a 10 pick ADP faller, and I get the love, right? Warren fucking look at what he did last year. 76, 8, 17, right? Pittman's
Okay.
gone. So people are hyped up about Josh Downs and Alec Pierce. Tyler
Okay.
Warren might be the biggest beneficiary to Pittman gone and his 100 targets.
Yeah. On a JT team though, week 17, they're both going off.
I mean, that's being very like needle picking, but it's like we're betting on one. Like the Colts are like
Needle
last year, right?
dicking, bro. My dick is a needle, bro. I'm needle dicking the shit out of you, bro. On a
That's right,
JT team.
Boner. I didn't let him bully me because
Oh,
I know good value. I know a good pick. I'm not gonna pass by a 10 pick Ty Warren when Sus wanted Loveland in the fourth round. Like that makes no
oh,
fucking sense to me,
anytime you can pass up on the elite quarterbacks that stack to get 13 points at tight end, you got to do it. Dalton
bro.
Schultz has
Warren
ceiling, bro.
literally he had a
Dalton
better year
Schultz
than
ass boy,
Brian
bro.
Thomas. Look, literally, our receivers, every receiver we drafted outside Devonta Smith had a worse year than Tyler Warren last year.
Bro, if this guy
And
takes
he plays
Herbert,
the tight end.
I'm gonna kill myself live on air if he takes Herbert. Otherwise, we gotta go Herbert. All right.
Okay.
All right. Yo,
Okay.
you sharp as fuck, bro. What
Bannon,
the fuck are you talking about, bro? I was trying to build out the Sean Watson rapist stack. Fuck out of here.
let's go. Hey, you fuck with me, right? I'm telling you, that
I'm
was a great click. Come on
I'm
now.
fucking you, bro. That was tough. That was tough.
Come
You
on.
nailed that shit.
I don't have much Warren too, but he's one of those guys that I'm starting to want to mix in a little bit where it's like he had a
Yeah,
very impressive rookie year. He's an NFL pro player too. Like he's someone that came in, did what he did. And I do think he's someone that could catch maybe 90 balls, 1,000 yards, whatever, right? Like,
facts, facts. But we're not doing Josh Downs though.
well, nah, fuck Josh Allen's. Like,
I think we
yeah,
say that we capture the equity of the Colts offense with these two guys, you know.
we're chilling now. Let's do tight end. We're good with. I think
I
RBs. I
I was
mean,
gonna I was gonna say either Ricky Pearsall best value
Purdy.
on the board, or well, Bo Nix stacks with Waddle and correlates for a spike week.
Oh, I love that. If we did Ricky, when's our next pick? It'd be a pick 115 where the quarterbacks are kind of already soaked up.
Yeah, I probably, as much as I love Ricky Pearsall and he's like my favorite value on the board, I don't want to like just take Ricky Pearsall all the time. Injured at. I think Bo
Yeah.
Nix, it's like the top of a quarterback tier that might start to run, and we lock that up. And yo, fuck Trevor Lawrence, bro. Run the 3v3. If you ever argued with the Tyler Warren pick, run the 3v3. Tyler Warren, Herbert, Nix versus
Mm,
Lawrence, Herbert, and who at tight end? Some fucking dog shit. So nah,
yeah.
you actually nailed that.
Come on, I cooked right. Like Bo Nix to T Loss, pretty similar to me, but we get
Yeah.
a nice value. Ty Warren. I love this. Like, that
Facts.
feels good. Like Warren, like I don't take Warren, but if he goes at pick 78, it's like okay. Daddy
Yeah,
will
it's the
buy.
value of it. We got the Warren value, we got the Herbert value. It's like we picked up a free mid-round pick, low key.
No, honestly. All right, let's see what's fucking up in this chat. We have zero Junkins with my most drafted RB pre-draft, most drafted RB post-draft.
Disgusting.
I was gonna say spicy,
Okay,
but
fair
that's
enough.
different. I need to up my level bags. Price seems so steep. A tie one's real possibility. Been doing a pile of T-Ferg, who I see as a discount leveling. Yeah, I mean, I think arbitrational like T-Ferg. I mean, he's not leveling, but that is one reason why I pass on leveling because there are tight ends I do like a lot later. Bro, Junkins, get Junkins. He had less catches per game than fucking he was like 50th. But I mean, to be fair, he'll catch 30 passes, but like that doesn't do anything for me, right? Like as a
That's like an actually he did have 17 receptions on the season. It's like he does catch passes, but like you said, the meat of it is just like the bell cow carries.
I
And
mean
he's
that
a good player, so you
I mean
remember
that's
that.
great in college, but last year Samson mocked him in the passing game.
You want to take a look at what's maybe coming up here, just to kind of because it might be an interesting
Yeah.
range. Um, man,
So I think for receivers, like okay, Dobbs goes. Worthy,
I,
I think there was a
Worthy
reporter.
is like, yeah,
You saw the report from Andy Reid, right? Where they didn't really want to use
yeah,
him fully.
I'm I'm very into that.
He
Um,
goes.
oh, all
Do
right.
you do the third
Can I
quarterback?
propose something? Yes, bro. Thank you. You see
Okay,
the vision of the
I'm fine with that.
QB3 from last year
Yeah.
falling, and we're gaping the room at quarterback points.
I think the thing too is like you see this in Sims where it's like they'll recommend taking a third quarterback, right? Because you're just guaranteed points here compared to relatively the skills positions around them.
Correct.
You
And
know, which is it's a fair game.
when they say, "What do you backstack Matthew Stafford with?" I'm like,
Uh,
wait, what? Wait, what are you asking me right now, bro?
you already know. We got to
What do you?
take Max Claire later.
Oh, you got to take Davis Allen later. Oh, Tyler Higbee's a threat. Yeah, that's why they didn't take Makai Lemon round one, bro. They got their wide
Facts.
receiver 3. They got their power slot, bro.
So we got a question by Nathan Buckley. Which team is better in Superflex? Quarterback one, Lamar Jackson, RB1, Derrick Henry, RB2, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Harold Fannin, Josh Jacobs in the flex, Malik Willis. This is a lot for me to process on live, but I will do my best. Or Josh Allen, CMC, Cam Scatterboo, Vlad, Alec Pierce, Trey McBride, Jackson Dart.
Team 1.
Yeah, team one for me too, I think.
Saquon over Scotabo. I guess maybe if it's dynasty, but like I don't know,
Yes,
bro. I just don't really see it
dynasty.
with Scotabo. Scotabo feels like he's gonna have a shorter life than Saquon, and even though he's 22 years old,
Oh, Rashad White as a third would be nice here.
that would be nutted. Other than that, yeah, that would be nutted. Even Tyrone
He
Tracy.
fucking goes.
Tracy
Maybe we
probably
could
like
Tracy.
he just projects well. Like I don't know.
Any receivers that stick out? Probably not.
Nah, there will be some more later. Whereas like Tracy could have a fine role. They don't add in the draft. And you want to
Yeah.
talk about like a 5 or 6 RB build, like this might be it. Definitely, you know.
Warren gonna outscore Tyson, man. What the fuck's us?
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, probably true.
Spread your
Bro, my
legs and
third
open your
eye,
third.
bro, my third eye is fucking sealed together from congealed ass nut. Still gonna make you, bro. You saw the fucking vision, bro. I can't even
Come
fucking
on,
lie to
baby.
you.
My third eye is open right now.
Big time.
He's talking about Junkins, 36 targets in 14 games. Yeah. I did Henry ever catch any passes at all? I remember one year, like actually, I think I got like 21 time. Let me see.
They have their wide receiver 3, Michael Mayer, bro. I believe you're referring to Jack Besh, but that's neither here nor there.
That's crazy. Henry did catch 33 passes for almost 400 yards 4 years
That's
ago.
diabolical.
That's wild.
All right, I will sound off on this take once I guess our pick is not close enough, so I can. What do you mean? People say this all the time, bro. Tyrone
Sus.
Tracy in week 18, he had 26 touches, bro. I'm not trying to hear this. Tyrone Tracy wasn't the man shit,
Oh,
bro.
week
More
18
yards
when
per.
week
All right,
18
how
doesn't
about
matter.
week 16, 18 touches, bro. Week 15, 18 touches. 2 weeks before that, 23. 2 weeks before that, 23, bro. He was a legit workhorse. Now I know Singletary still got some snaps, bro, but it's a run heavy team. He had like 5 games of 18 plus touches, bro. He was going off, man. I'm not
Do
trying
we
to.
take Keenan Mitchell here with the whole Chargers
Oh,
thing? Receivers, Omar, Diggs,
yeah,
or
I think
Kitty?
Keaton. Just get that
Yeah,
upside.
it's kind of bad. Okay.
He was terrible with those touches, Flyfish says. Really? Well, if he's terrible, what does that make Cam Scatabo, who averaged less yards per carry? Uh, that's great. My week 18 leagues, bro. Didn't you hear that one dude's truth serum take? He said week 18 should be
Oh
in the
yeah, I
scoring.
saw that. I was like,
You never
I don't.
know, bro. You never know. I'm just saying. No, we quite literally know that that's not going to be the. All I'm saying is, before that, he had 2 23-point weeks in late November, early December. Sorry, not 23 points, 23 touches, a couple 18 touch games, bro. He was getting a shitload of work. Like we cannot say he didn't get touches. Scadabo's the
Yeah,
lead back, but we can't act like there's no contingent upside.
and to be fair to Sus point, like the last 2 years, Tracy has like maybe he's not getting like 25 touches every time, but like no RBs is doing that outside of like the first couple of rounds. Tracy, he's proven though he could handle a load. Pause. But like
Yeah,
he's someone
I
that like
resume.
if Cam goes down, Tracy's gonna get 12, 13 carries and 5, 6 targets, which at this cost is fucking phenomenal.
Cost adjusted, exactly. It's like what other
Oh,
running backs are
Daniel
you getting for?
Jones, receiver, quarterback 4.
No, no, no.
Uh,
uh,
any tight ends you
mm,
like here? Receiver. I
I
think we
think
take Hunter or Boston or Tucker for a fifth.
I look. I'm looking down for Boston.
Okay, let's do
Uh,
Boston. And then, well, we don't pick again for a little bit. So Boston over the number 2 overall pick.
sadly, I like
Yeah.
pushing Hunter a little bit. Boston, borderline first round pick. I think the talent was there for a first round pick, and there's just not a lot of running back here. I guess maybe we could start to get into tight end. I don't know. What are you thinking structurally on this team? Is this a five? I guess this is a five RB team, but maybe we want to do the RB soon if it's one we like,
I think
or
we
do
could
we?
do. 3, 5, or even 6. I think 7 receivers we stop by. We don't need 8 on this team. And
Yeah, I was
then
thinking we go like
2 or
three
3
five
tight.
7 3, but the tight ends could be late if we want, or at least one of them could be late. Like we lock up a good RB5 um, whenever that
I
point comes. But like, yeah,
So RBs like some RBs I do like coming up. Like I think Dylan Sampson is fine. I like Singleton. I think Singleton's interesting where it's like if he didn't break his foot and he ran the combine, maybe he goes day 2. Um
right. One other
Pollard's
guy to oh, I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna
To
say I just think he could maybe get a role. Mike Washington, are you interested?
not a ton, but I see the vision a little bit. Another guy, maybe just structurally, Kamani Vidal for a ping pong with Keaton. You know, when you talk about like layering a potentially high scoring backfield, like the Keaton Mitchell week, like pairs perfectly with the Vidal week if they ping pong. Um, I would say Trey Tucker, Strange. Um, like I think we can push one of these running backs. Do you have a feeling on any like the Trey Tucker call it a day at or uh, we're at 5? He's a really good 6. Strange
Yeah,
is a faller.
I'm not a huge
So
strange guy, but I think he's fine where he goes.
let's go just for the fall. We get 2 unique fallers with Trey Tucker going. He had really good game logs at the end of the year, low key. Once
He
he was
only played
healthy
12
again.
games, I think, too. And he
Yeah,
did show some promise.
and he's a young guy. He could take a leap. I don't like taking him at ADP, but if he falls around, I'm like, cool.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. Joe says I'll be playing Jack Bass in week 18 DFC, my boy.
Fuck it. Might be the meta.
Boner says you could handle a load. Very
It's two
much
of
so.
us. Yeah.
Stanford was a force. Boston's gonna ask for Tyson.
I mean,
Hey,
maybe. Probably
I mean
not,
maybe
but maybe.
if Tyson is Traylon Burks, right? If he's there's always like one major bust in the first round.
What if he's Deontay Johnson? What if Tyson
Who
is Deontay Johnson?
oh,
That good
Tyson?
separation, but doesn't turn it into anything after the catch. I don't think he's Deontay for the record, but what if he is? Jahan Dotson is diabolical, bro. This is not a DB bets ass stream. Uh,
Tyson. Oh, that's crazy.
if he falls to us, do you like Debo as like a guy who's going to sign and then go up 40 picks? Do you think he's washed?
Not
I think
on
our
this
I think for
team.
I think for tight end we're cooling for a minute because we got a guy we're going to stack late.
I want one of
Um,
these RBs. I think
you want to do
I
Samson?
Samson's yeah, Samson I'm cool with. Singletary, I was gonna say is like I think he's someone that could just if he's fully healthy in camp, he's probably the RB2. And then Pollard, like he's someone that could go down. Like he's had so much touches and Singletary, I'm just higher on him as a prospect as well. Samson go. So I think he's
Okay.
a fun fit for me. There's really no
I
receivers
would
that I'm
be
down.
I would be Tank over Singleton just because they're in the same situation. Actually, Singleton's the tight end 3 on the Titans. Sorry, RB3, and Tank is definitely the 2, and we know he's good. I would be Tank over Singleton, but it's fine.
Yeah, I just
But
I
I'm
think
in,
so.
but I'm gonna cope. But I'm gonna cope right now because I didn't get it out in time, and so now I'm gonna tell you that Nichols Singleton is actually the meta
In a good way.
in the best way. I mean, honestly, like one Tony Pollard injury, and he could be cooking. So
Look, well, I
um,
know Zero is a big single to Gary. I think he has like 20% now in underdog drafts.
post draft,
Post draft, yeah. He's been
that
snapping Singletary.
DJ getting his ass clicked. But no, again, it's like he could be cool. I like Singleton. I mean, I like him as a prospect. It's just like round 5 rookie running back. Just got to be a little cautious there. But again, we're at the range where it's fine. 30% is beyond diabolical. We're
That's
not
right. I love that Zero. Highly
financial
recommend.
advice.
So coming
Uh,
up, we have 3 more picks. So we could do the Trey Harris thing if we want to
I
stack it
love
up
the Trey.
with Herbert.
Yeah, I love the Trey Harris thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're about it, I
I'm
mean,
cool with it, man. He was my highest pre-draft receiver in the
oh,
big
nice,
board.
nice. No, like I don't think Keenan Allen is going to sign, and so I'm like, what am I afraid of? Um,
Yeah.
ping pong it up with Lad. Fuck it.
Yeah, he just plays kind of a different role in the team. Let's take Trey. Where I think Mike McDaniel came out with a quote today where he said that he's like, I know this guy. What do you say? Let me see if I could find it. He says something in the line of I like Trey Harris, but I realize I like him way more than I realize. It's like
Yeah,
something like that, right? Like,
bro, he can block. He's got the speed. Like he honestly has a lot going that QJ has. But like when Mike McDaniel comes in, is Mike McDaniel like beholden to QJ? Like, oh, QJ's got to play all the time over Trey Harris. When Trey Harris is a rookie, fine. But now that they both have time in the league, they're both getting this playbook for the first time. Like, I don't know, man. They Who's to say they couldn't ping pong? Um,
exactly.
would you mind queuing up my boy at tight end just to have that correlation?
Yeah, I got you.
The fuck? Hey,
Tight end
yo!
one for the Rams? Is that what you're talking about?
What the fuck, bro? Not even Colby Parkinson. Straight to the tight end four is diabolical.
Okay, so
Uh,
is there any world where Max Clare is just a tight end one on the team?
Not in 2026. Maybe in 2027.
What is your take on jokes aside, what is your take on Max Clare as a player? Like pre-draft wise, like right? Like what was your thoughts on him and what he could potentially be in the
I
NFL?
don't know if I had a single share of him pre-draft. Now that I've researched him, I actually like him more as a talent, like a pure talent
Yeah.
post-draft. Like he's got a little bit of a receiving bag, but he's not the receiver that Terrence Ferguson is. He is an all-around, maybe more of an all-around tight end, which is why I think rookies in like the McVay system, unless your name's Puka Nakua and like an immediate Hall of Fame level receiver, you're not playing a ton.
Mhm.
So Blake Corum, Terrence Ferguson, um, Kyron Williams, like you just don't get on the field. Um, I think Max Clare is going to develop, like just taking the words from Les Snead and McVay, like he's going to develop. He's going to get a chance at a couple of snaps, but keeping Stafford upright is like the highest importance to them. And I think long term, Terrence Ferguson is like the seam stretching Kyle Pitts, like running receiver routes. And Max Clare is more of that inline 12 personnel. So like Max Clare's Hunter Henry and Terrence Ferguson is Kyle Pitts.
Okay, we're about to be on the clock right now.
How would be receiver
What
if
receiver?
you have a
We have
fate?
20 seconds.
Keon Coleman, Jack Besh,
Troy
Caleb Douglas.
Franklin, Caleb Douglas. This is, you know what? We were talking about Caleb Douglas, who's this year's Puka Nakua. Let's
Yeah,
just tag
fuck
him
it.
on. Yeah,
I love
fuck
it.
yeah. I mean, how are you gonna go on a rant about him and not take him back to back drafts?
It's Caleb Douglas day.
Yeah, and
And we
I
got,
do like.
yeah,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Oh, I just think we got two of the most athletic late round rookies that you can get, with Caleb has the clear path and Singleton has one of the weakest rooms. It's why Jeremiah Love was considered to the Titans if the Cardinals didn't do what they did. So um, I see it for
Mhm.
Singleton as well.
What do you see about Fergus Arroyo and Claire's Barner? Sadly,
Yeah, that's just like laughably not true, sadly. We've been over that a few times. We're not going to see eye to eye on that. There's a reason Terrence Ferguson gets the repeated glaze of McVay, the glaze of Les Snead. Um, and there's literally no coach speak on Arroyo buried below Barner on a team that sure ran a lot of 12 personnel last year, but they didn't target, that Arroyo archetype a lot. Now he could take a leap. He could absolutely take a leap, but Arroyo did not average 21 yards per reception. He is not playing on an offense that had 300 fantasy points to tight ends. He's not playing with Matt Stafford, and he's not playing with Sean McVay. So Arroyo was just like the Ferg bet, but like way worse theoretically and in terms of coach speak.
mm, yeah, yeah. I don't know where I stand on this side, but I am leaning Ferguson as the tight end one there, or he's the one I'm probably going to be buying the most of. Firefish says think I'm alone on this, but Pat Bryant is a great click, especially with Knicks.
That's not a bad shout.
No, I think Franklin or Pat Bryant you can mix in. High scoring offense. You know they're gonna run through your sets. Kind of pick your stance.
Cortland Sutton, old as shit. Pat Bryant in the slot. I think you're gonna have a lot of Waddle in the slot, but Pat Bryant was like kind of taking. He was basically stealing Troy Franklin's chain by the end. So I think the primary three wide receiver sets is Sutton, Waddle, and then
Yeah,
Pat Bryant.
yeah. I don't think the Kyle Pitts stuff is that sick because the Rams are gonna throw a lot of touchdowns to the tight ends. And I do think there's a world where Terrence Ferguson has a 3 touchdown game. It's not crazy to say that.
And I
So
even just mean in terms of the route tree, it's the Kyle Pitts route tree. Like he was winning slot fades, he was winning slot posts. They didn't get a wide receiver three. They passed on Makai Lemon and take a quarterback who's not going to play till 2028. Like, what does it tell you when they do nothing to address wide receiver three over Kanata Mumfield and they pass on it in the draft when they had every opportunity to? Like, bro, they view Terrence Ferguson as they're running 12 personnel. Tells you that when they take Max Clare. But it also tells you that Terrence Ferguson, who was in the hype video for the Rams this offseason, who's catching passes like in every hype clip from the Rams, from Stafford. Like, bro, like you listen to the coach speak. You look at the marketing material. You listen to their beat reporters. You look at the efficiency, the draft capital, the trade up. Like, this is literally the quintessential breakout tight end. And it was the second highest scoring team for tight end points last year. Couldn't Ferguson just get Davis Allen and Tyler Higbee's routes and it's mostly Parkinson, Ferguson, and some Claire? Like, that's totally possible. They don't have to play 5 tight ends.
they might though. They might try.
But they might just be crazy enough to do
it. They might try. I mean, the way the NFL is going, it's like all these tight ends are becoming more not valuable, I mean, I guess, but like just more important, right? Like it's just crazy. I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, the talk was, oh, NFL's gonna be throwing the ball way more now. It's gonna be flag football, 7-on-7 type of game, but truly it's reverting a little bit more back into the heavy grind stuff. That's crazy. I don't know how many drafts you've done, but that is you're putting your balls on the line for Pat Bryant.
That is diabolical. I would probably mix in some Troy Franklin at that amount. But I will say, in the Pat Bryant bull case, maybe not 40%, but they don't really have a tight end. So maybe Pat Bryant assumes some of the routes that typically go to a good tight end.
But let's look at this team over, and then we will be closing our stream. No more fucking more puppies, unfortunately. But 3-5-7-3. I mean, Herbert, Nix, and Stafford. Like we are good on quarterback points here, sus.
Yeah, we're just like last draft. Absolutely locked it up. 900 plus combined points at quarterback minimum.
Love our RB. Well, I love the first 2 RBs. Obviously, Taylor Henry. Like you are fucking gaping the room with these 2 dudes. Kind of thin after that. I mean, really no projectable volume outside of maybe Tracy, who's going to project for like 4 or 5 points a game if Cam is healthy. So we're just kind of leaning in on these 2 and then hoping that maybe Mitchell has a role in this offense. Tracy does, he has a decent sized role, and really just hoping something shake out for us.
Totally. I think that running back room gets there as long as our top 2 guys do their thing.
Exactly. I like this receiver room a lot. Smith, Lab,
we
Waddle,
got
Thomas.
Just view Devontae Smith as this year's JSN, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, we're getting JSN. Yeah, if you told me I'm getting a first round receiver who's going to put up 300 points, like this team is an auto advance already.
Easy game, bro. Easy game.
Best pick of the board: Tyler Warren, Strange, Ferguson.
Love it.
Easy game. Yeah.
And we got two winners today. Took down the puppy, light work, BBM. A little tougher, but we got it.
Yeah. 2 million is, I think, was won today, I will say. He's receiver three in great offense. Payton hates Franklin's son. Oh, yeah, I don't hate the click. I think it's better than some other clicks I've seen. Just that's a very heavy stance to take on any player. He doesn't hate Franklin, and Franklin has chemistry with Bo. As of right now, Troy's a receiver three. Receiver three would be rotational and possibly even receiver two to some extent. Yeah, just take Caleb Douglas, guys. Right, just take him. He is this year's break guy. You heard it here from the What the Fuck podcast by Sus Edwards. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in, chatted, liked the video. Truly do. It's always a good time hopping in here. Please go follow Sus. He has a Twitter and a YouTube channel at Sus Edwards, where I always forget the numbers, Sus, but
Oh, I got rid of the numbers. We leveled up to letters now.
Did you really? What is it? Sus Edwards?
I think Sus Edwards FF, but if you just type in Sus Edwards on YouTube, it should come up. Potentially.
Yes, I see it. Sus Edwards, my guy, moving up, 55 subscribers now. Go hit subscribe if you're not. He does drafters there too. He'll collab with some people. Really, really good show. A lot of fun.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna drop the channel right now into the comments. Go give my guy a follow. Anything you want to say before I end the stream?
I appreciate that, man. It's always fun to hop on, get lit, rip some teams, put the people on the Caleb Douglas. Am I there saying that he's this year's my JCM shout? Who, if you guys were here last year when JCM was at like pick 200, I said he should be top 110. Not saying that's going to happen every time, but I feel like Caleb Douglas, if we get some good reports, we might get a rise. And just keep your eyes peeled for what Nick has coming up, for what I got coming up. We're going to try to put you on to the league-winning late-round picks, win the flex, and entertain along the way. So appreciate you having me.
Of course, man. We'll do it again real soon. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Catch you guys on the other side.